I started this series by referencing two economists that won the Nobel Prize, Richard Thaler and Robert Shiller. We need to think about the fact that these two men won these prizes within the last 6 years. What is the importance of this? It is that it took us hundreds of years to nail down the relationship between financial decisions and emotion. I reference these two men to emphasize the importance of applying the science of psychology to financial decision-making. The thrust of these presentations has been that underlying financial decision-making and what should be understood is active in all decision-making in our life is that decisions are driven by emotion, feeling, affect. I want to give credit and point the listener to other resources. The modern study of emotion can be traced back to Charles Darwin and his book entitled The Expression of Emotion in Man and Animals, which is becoming more appreciated. 100 years later, Sylvan S. Tompkins wrote a 2,000-page treatise entitled Affect, Imagery, and Consciousness. He had two major adult students. One was Donald L. Nathanson and the other Paul Ekman. I offer the two following quotes to emphasize the underlying problem with this material. It seems easy and difficult at the same time. As someone said, and to paraphrase, this is material we already knew, but no one told us about. Now, when someone is specific about it, it often seems we have trouble with it. I think it is because we are always taught about thinking and reasoning and never go to what motivates that reasoning, although we all know it is there. So the Paul Ekman quote, "Nature doesn't make it easy for us to learn how to deal with our emotions. After nearly 50 years of research, I don't believe that our emotions evolved in a way that help us to control our emotional reactions or facilitate impulse awareness. It is as if our emotions system doesn't want our conscious mind to interfere in the matter. Most people will rarely, if ever, become aware of the automatic appraisal process that initiate our emotional episode. This is why it takes hard work and consistent practice to learn and develop impulse awareness. That is, becoming aware of an emotion-driven impulse before actions are taken." Now for Dr. Nathanson's quote, "I have come to believe that innate affect is almost impossible for most people to learn because they have been reared in a psychosocial system that declares the expression of affect to be an unwanted remnant of disgusting infantile behavior." End quote. Dr. Nathanson wrote a seminal book entitled Shame and Pride on this material. Tompkins I consider one of the greatest minds. He died in 1991. I came upon this work in 1997 and was able to be associated with Dr. Nathanson until his recent death. Paul Ekman has contributed greatly to the study of emotion and facial recognition and has done a great deal to introduce these ideas into popular culture through being the resident consultant on the TV series Lie to Me and Pixar's Inside Out, along with Dacher Keltner from Berkeley. Early on, these experiences led me to write a book entitled Knowing Your Emotions, along with a pamphlet and many essays summarizing these ideas. I also have a Facebook group called Affect Psychology. It is an open group and anyone is welcome to join. To show the universal applications of these ideas, I have developed several apps, 4 of which are active on Google Play and the Apple Store. Thank you. Please remember that any of this material is not to be taken as personal, professional, or medical advice.